actions, because if I had to do that, I would leave somebody out and get in trouble. I appreciate you doing that. But this, you know, in an era where we're so partisan and so polarized, it is really fantastic to have the Congress come together on an issue that's so important. Children don't have lobbyists. They have advocates, but they don't have lobbyists. And what we're attempting to do here tonight and tomorrow at the summit is to give the children a voice, the children with childhood cancer. I can't think of anything more important. The #1 killer of children in this country. I also want to recognize my wife, Linda. If I don't do that, I'll get a lot of trouble. She's on the board at MD Anderson and chairs the Childhood Cancer Committee. And it's been a real honor, and it's been great to work with her on a cause that we are so passionate about. I met Neil Armstrong today for the second time. I said, you know, 1,000 years from now, no one's going to remember anybody in this town, but they're going to remember Neil Armstrong. First man to land on the moon. And the reason I bring that up is the old adage, if we can put a man on the moon, we can find a cure for childhood cancer. I want to thank my friend Henry Cuellar for showing up. He was on record on the Homeland Security Committee saying I was his best friend. Maybe not back home, but in the Congress. And I want to thank a couple who, you know, I did. My best friend, 4th grade, showed up to school one day. His hair was falling out. He had leukemia. And he died not too long after that. And it fundamentally impacted me. And then when I ran for Congress, I ran into this couple in Brenham, Texas, who told me their son Adam had died from childhood cancer. Tim and Donna Culver. They inspired me to take this torch, take it up, and fight for the children. And I want to thank you for inspiring me and other members of Congress to do this. Thank you. You know, we founded this caucus. I do want to recognize Kids versus Cancer. Nancy Goodman, where are you? To me, I'm very excited. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We're going to have the biggest turnout we've ever had. We could have probably 300 to 500 people. We have, and for the first time, we're bringing the drug companies in to testify. As you know, the problem with the drug companies is they can't make money off childhood cancer drugs. And tomorrow morning, we're going to introduce the Creating Hope Act. A very bipartisan bill designed to incentivize the drug companies towards creating childhood cancer drug therapies. Why am I so excited about this? Because it's going to revolutionize and transform the way drug companies look at childhood cancer. We can appropriate millions of dollars up here, but if we can change the culture of the drug companies to look at this disease, to provide more cures and treatments for childhood cancer, we can change this nation and the world. And it's a very simple idea. What we say is, if you push a childhood cancer drug to the FDA, we're going to fast track it, and we're going to give you a voucher for another drug that you may have research and development on. A voucher that's worth a lot of money today. A voucher that you'll hear tomorrow the drug companies believe will completely change the way they look at this disease. This really gets to the core of the problem. And I'm just so excited about this. And tomorrow you're going to see Chris Van Hollen, you're going to see Michael McCall, you're going to see hopefully Henry Cuellar, you're going to see Jackie Spears, you're going to see the Congressional Black Caucus, you're going to see people, the Tea Party people, you're going to see people from all walks of life standing up together saying, you know what, we're going to give these children a voice. And that's why I am so excited. stop talking. I know I've talked too long, but that press conference will be at 8:15. We have our summit in the CVC auditorium tomorrow at 9 o'clock with a great panel. But the press conference will take place before that. And I encourage all of you to go there to witness this. I want to thank all of you for what you do every day. You are the advocates. You give these children a voice. There's nothing more touching to me than going through a hospital and seeing these kids dying. I'll never forget Cure Search giving me a baseball bat, and it had the signature of the kids on the baseball bat. And they said, Congressman, you know, some of these children survived and some did not. And it had a real deep impact. This goes beyond politics. This is about saving our children from the number one killer and fighting that number one killer. And if anything, I'm going to fight it. And I'm going to fight with every breath I have. And I know that you feel the same way.